It's very annoying.
But the thing is, the reason why I do the Facebook
Yep.
first
Hmm.
is because I copies to my Instagram.
Okay.
So the complication is I gotta go into Instagram, do the story, download the video to my phone,
Yeah.
delete it from Instagram,
That's insane.
repost through
Yeah.
Facebook so that it posts onto. It's just
There must be a better
complicated.
way
So I
for sure.
thought if we can just extract it directly from when you do the extraction by 14 seconds, is that a good idea or no?
No, it is. What I was saying is that because the amount of time that it takes to actually extract from each clip, right, takes a certain amount of time. If after we extract, we start extracting from that clip, trying to make it on 14 seconds, then it's going to maybe have a third of the volume that we usually have. Right, that's what I was saying. But at the same time, we can use that technique of the 14 seconds to make sure that for every clip, at least we have three or four that are just 15-second long. It's not that we have to take them 1 minute and then try to
Well, no, it's not the end of the
crunch
world.
it.
What I started doing is I take your longer 1 minute thing. I try to find the spot that's 14 seconds that has the most interesting or funny or whatever it is, and then I do it myself on the phone. But it's a tad more
That's more
time consuming.
it's not
This
efficient.
morning, that's what I do. So at the end of the workout,
Yeah,
I go again when I'm on the treadmill for
yeah,
20 30 minutes. That's what I'm doing.
yeah. And I filmed you. I put it
Well,
social media.
yeah, and
With
you should
social
have
media.
tagged me. How come I
I
didn't? I
did
can.
tag you,
I can. It
but you
doesn't.
have two profiles.
But
Speak away.
you tagged it where?
The on Facebook.
No, but under what account or which?
Etienne Mellor, not the
My
Dion.
personal one.
I guess the one with
I
on
can.
what the
Well,
shirt.
you know that Facebook, when you tag someone, you can't reshare, you can't repost.
Awesome.
It
That
is.
shouldn't be.
With Instagram, you can just post it to your story. With Facebook, you can't.
Oh.
Anywho,
All right. So it's okay. We
so
have. So I think we're back on track now. Everything seems to work just fine. So welcome everybody. We have a subject that's going to be very viral, I would say, because it applies to everything. And I keep preaching to follow it, and I myself find it extremely difficult to follow. And then you will say, "That's so easy. It's all in the mind." So it's how to follow your routine. And when I say how to follow your routine, I mean for literally anything. I came back from vacation, right? I go to Disney for 2 weeks. I'm completely burnt. Everybody asks me, "Oh, how was it?" And I said, "The kids liked it, right?"
yeah.
Because I was burnt. And I said, "Oh, you know what? I ate so much junk over there. It was America, obviously. So I was junk. I couldn't do it. Let me come back here. Let me start clean, right? I write down my diet. I write down my exercise plan. I tell you, I'll see you at the gym tomorrow." Which I was there.
You were there.
I was there. But then by the end of the week, oh Lord! Every time somebody's like, "Oh, you want some pie? You want some?" I'm not
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm on a diet. No, I'm clean. I'm clean. Everything. Oh, maybe it's gonna be fine. Maybe I can start tomorrow." So it still happens, and I've been having routines for years, and I was able to consistently follow them. But my question, because you've been doing it for so much longer,
Yeah.
is: does it ever get easier to just stick to a
Well,
routine?
I was gonna say
I feel it's gonna be insulting.
it's not an insult. Well, you could take it as an insult, but
I
it's
probably
not.
will.
My solution, or not my solution, because as you were talking, I was trying to think, well, how do I
Yeah,
refuse the pie or the like? Because today, for those that don't know, we
hell
finished
week.
a training week with a bunch of brokers, and we had a rockaberry pie, which looked delicious, but and so I was offered, but I said no. You know why? This is what I was thinking.
Tell me. Tell me.
Because I'm so busy
Yeah,
with all kinds of things
it's
to
gonna
do.
slow you down.
I can't even think of eating. I didn't have lunch today, and I'm not saying that's a good thing per se. But there's so many exciting things that I'm working on that I
Yeah,
need to get done. So I meet people. I have projects that are exciting. It's stuff that I don't. I can stick to my schedule because I want these things to work, and they're working and they're growing, and so it's addictive,
mhm,
literally. Going to the gym for me is in order for me to reach my goals even more, or to grow the things I'm working, the projects. Because if I'm healthy, if I feel
yeah,
great physically,
yeah,
then I know that I can do even more with those goals, and I can grow, or the project can move forward faster, better. So it's all intertwined. Like,
mhm,
like if I go to bed too late, like we went out
yeah,
Tuesday,
right,
Big mistake. You
Yeah,
see, okay, so I'll explain the
yeah,
context.
yeah.
We had this.
Where do we go?
No, no, but
Make them understand.
we had a we went to a project launch,
Yeah,
new project construction launch on Tuesday of all days.
yeah,
And then so I didn't drink during the everybody. Oh, you have a drink? No, 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 it's fine. I don't drink because I'm working and
yeah.
I want to get stuff done. Long story short, after that I said, okay, well, let's go eat. Or you said let's go eat. Someone said let's go eat. And I made the mistake of going, not because I don't want to go, but the problem is I got home and was 12
Hmm.
ish. I don't remember exactly, but I
Well,
think it was around 12, 1. I didn't get up at 4, which I usually do to go do my workout, and I screwed up my routine. The next day was hard,
hmm.
and I don't want that anymore. I prefer to have the projects move forward, and then the actual going out and going to bed late. And
So yeah, so you kind of look at the end goal, and you're like, which one will get me there faster? Which one will it be easier for me to operate to get there?
if you take away all my different crazy schedule and all my different projects, I'm gonna start drinking.
Hmm.
I'm gonna start eating crap. I'm gonna start doing things that are not good. I'm gonna I'm gonna get into trouble, is what I'm trying to say. Because if I'm not busy progressing, doing something, I have a serious problem.
Mm.
I'm gonna start doing things that you shouldn't be doing. So the busier I am, the better I can stick to my schedule, stick to my routine, which means health, working out, doing what I need to do, and being extremely efficient at work. So I think you're not busy enough, is what I'm trying to say.
That was the whole
It
point.
was a very long
And how is
explanation.
that not insulting?
If you would have been more busier, or if you had more pressure on
Yeah,
you,
I would have refused to
you
work for
wouldn't
a
have.
restaurant. So now I'm
For
not
sure,
busy.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, but you know what? No, but you know what? I think we have to distinguish maybe the difference between being busy
No, well,
and
not.
being excited. Because what you said is, I'm so excited about all the projects that are happening, and I have to get into it and stick to the schedule. I have no choice because I see everything that's going on, and I want it to go and go and go. I don't have time for these things. It's not of
Well, maybe
discipline as it is excited.
actually maybe I'm not explaining it because what you said is probably what everybody's thinking, but it's not quite that. It's
Okay.
more I have so many I promise so many big things. I have so many big projects in the sense of I committed to huge things and they have to come to fruition. They have to I got to work on these things because or else I'm going to have collapsed or failed myself or lied to people or not lied, but I commit to big things that I don't always know how I'm going to figure out. Now I got to get them done. So that puts a lot of pressure, good pressure, because it's exciting if I can actually pull it off. But it's not that it's exciting, like it's everything is fun what I do. It's a hard work and it's
Yeah.
boring work, and I don't necessarily enjoy doing any of it. But I enjoy the fact that I'm progressing. I enjoy the fact that hey, if I can pull this off, this is going
Yeah.
to be amazing.
How can you define something as good pressure? Because I'll tell you, I know a lot of people that when they stress and then they go in a spiral and they don't feel like they can get out of it, whatever the situation is, however small or big the problem can actually be.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to handle their stress. But you see, you saying, oh, it's good pressure. You're
Well,
able to
it's good.
identify
No, no,
it.
but wait, it's not necessarily good. I am very impatient with sometimes you or anybody in
I
the
like how he
team.
says sometimes.
Sometimes, no, no, but I'm not the
Sure. Yeah.
easygoing all the time kind of guy. But because I have that pressure and I want to get to it, so it's not all. Uh,
Gummy bears.
it's yeah.
No, but you know what? Because I want you to answer the question. How are you able to identify it as good pressure? Because there is such a thing as good pressure and bad pressure.
Well,
You don't believe so?
well, I don't know because I'm trying to think. What's bad pressure? What do you mean, like?
I would believe that bad pressure is when it takes over you and it actually blocks you from functioning. Good pressure is when you use
Okay,
it as fuel.
well, let me explain. I think the way that I think you develop that as like a muscle. I can take on a lot of pressure. I can take on a lot of stress. I can take on a lot of situations that for most they would be very uncomfortable with. I can take on big risk, but that's because I accumulated that over the many years. You see, I didn't quit, but I had all these
See,
different pressures, and eventually you start having you can start tolerating more and more and more. So now I can commit to bigger things, more pressure, more risk, more, and that's why at some point. you can you can start becoming comfortable in maybe a level of pressure or stress that for you who hasn't experienced this but would be completely uncomfortable, but for me would be like, it's like and this is not necessarily a good example, but I'm going to use it.
I feel like Evan's gonna be insulting.
If you if you no, but let's say you drink every day alcohol, you drink alcohol every day, you start tolerating it much better, and then I come along and I barely ever drink, and then I have two drinks, you have two drinks. For you it's going to be like water, for me it's going to be like, oh my god, I have a
Sure.
my head's spinning, maybe not two, but you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
That's fair.
toleration, the what, that's not even a word, your level of
I think it's tolerance.
well, I said toleration,
Oh well,
so
that's
that's a
different.
Etienne word,
That's
but
the other one. Yeah,
you understand what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
So I think that's what it is.
Okay, so basically, yeah. Go ahead.
Like financial risk.
Yeah.
Like I can take a lot of financial that for most people it'd be, are you crazy? Like some people can't even have any debt whatsoever.
Mm.
You know, I can take on millions and I'm good because I've built it up. I've built that feeling of,
Calluses. Is that it?
yeah.
You build calluses, but in your mind.
Yeah, I guess it's one way of putting it.
I think that's a David Goggin thing. You got to build calluses in your
I
mind.
like David Goggins.
Yeah, he should join us. It's
I
gonna
always
be
like
good.
his stuff. I don't
We
get
should
his
try to get him here for the podcast,
that'd be great.
right?
I
That'd be
bet you'd do it.
a lot of insight. Oh, I'm sure he would. He'd cuss everybody out.
Yeah,
That'd
which
be
would be
great.
great.
Just before we keep going, I did want to remind everybody that's watching today. So we do have two trainings that are coming up for lead generation. So it's a training program that's actually usually or seminar, I would say,
Yeah.
that's usually offered only to our brokers, but one time only. We've decided, or Etienne actually has come up with the idea to open it up to everybody. So one time affair.
I don't even know we can call it a training. It's not a training. I'm going to share what I do, what we've been doing
Yeah,
to get those leads, to get those online leads, and we're going to share. I'm going to share how we use social media to generate all the business that we do, so that you don't have to do cold calling and door knocking. Now, if you enjoy doing door knocking and cold call, go ahead, go crazy. But if you don't, and you're looking for some other way of generating more business, I want to share with you what I've been doing.
perfect. Um, I'm gonna throw it back at you, and I'm gonna ask you, in the case where somebody has the discipline, they've been doing it for a year and nonstop. When do you get that cheat day for anything, right? For not waking up early. So
Yeah.
it's not by like, oh, I slept too late, but really you decide tomorrow I'm gonna sleep in, or tomorrow I'm taking it
Well,
easy.
I decided that on Sunday that was my day
Okay,
because I don't know that I would actually, if I didn't have kids, I would go 7 days a week
really?
because my kids are very young. I want to spend a bit of time with them. I don't ever see my kids. Well, other than on the weekend, because in the morning I'm gone early and I come back late. So I want to I want to do the Sunday. Sunday is my day of. I want to spend time with.
So on Sunday you don't actually wake up at 4 and do the same
Well,
routine
yeah,
as usual,
well, maybe five.
right?
But I don't know.
Okay,
No, but my kids
it's
are
more
extremely young, so it's not like
right.
we can sleep. but,
When I
but
say
what I
wake up
mean,
at 4, I
but
mean
the only difference is I'm not going somewhere at 4 or 5
right,
on Sundays versus the other days I'm actually going to the gym for 5. So
right.
I'm just going to be there so that if they wake up, if they're
Yeah,
awake,
sure.
the kids, then I can spend more time with
But
them.
you know what? Then I'm gonna bring you back the solution that you had given us when you were saying that we on Monday and Tuesday we're all sleeping. By Wednesday we're full
Yes.
throttle, and Thursday and then Friday we start cooling down. So we work a day and a half a week. You're saying it's because this the weekend happens and we
Sure.
chill and so on. But you proposed, even though we all have kids, including yourself, that we should do for 3 months straight, 7 days a week,
I
and
would
then
do that.
take a week off, 2 weeks
Yes.
off. But you just said that if I didn't have kids, I could do 7 days.
No,
But you know,
no.
you did propose it.
I would still do it because I think that that one week with them
Yeah,
would be even more of value and more quality than it is for that one day, that Sunday. Because what happens on Sundays is that maybe the not everything is aligned that it's a quality time. You see what I'm saying? Like there is still things to do. There is like example. It's not as if I don't work. It's more that I dedicate that time where I'm not going to go and take appointments and be out,
right.
but I still have to maintain. If we did the 3 months straight,
Mhm.
that week would be a real disconnect of I'm not taking my phone, I'm not doing nothing because we've pushed for that 3 months
Yeah.
straight.
So we kind of deserve it.
So I think that's a better approach, really. I'm convinced
You
of
get
this.
all
I
excited.
am getting it because I wish we could do that. I mean, I'm telling you, we would blow everybody out of the water.
I believe you, but it's
I event one day. I'm gonna have that group of individual. I know
honestly,
because
I
they
would be
exist.
in because think about it. Because the way you're saying it, it's all in the presentation. For us, you tell us this way, and it actually makes sense because like this, you're always in the momentum. But if we would have to present it to our wife, which I'm sure they're all listening anyways, from what I've heard and on
But that's the
feedback,
problem. It's the
what?
people around you.
No, exactly. But what I'm saying is that it would actually be good for them when you think about it,
Hell yeah.
because you say, "Honey, I just got proposed that I can have 4 full weeks of vacation, disconnected for every year." How do you feel about that? Great, fantastic. So for the next three
Yeah,
months,
but Gabriel, it's not even just the 4 weeks of vacation. It's your financial situation. If the company is doing better because we're putting more energy in solving problems, then the money will come. But so if imagine if we took that for what did we say, 3 months straight? That's a lot of potential
values, yeah.
growth and value that we're adding to the business, which then would make more money, which then you would be paid more. It's a it's a
Yeah,
win-win situation.
yeah.
And so your wives or spouses or whatever you want to call them, they would benefit from that too because they would be in a better environment with more potential money,
But
with
now, yeah,
nicer things and
yeah.
potentially nicer vacation. It's
But you know what? Then you're gonna have the conservatives that are gonna tell you, but maybe because of these 3 months that you weren't home ever, seven
well,
days a
it's not that
week.
you're never
Well,
home.
look, that you're working 7 days a week. You're there for the evenings or so on and so forth.
and
Kind of.
and and what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that.
Because
However,
yeah,
think about it now, because you're saying they're gonna appreciate it because then they have nicer things and so on, and the financial situation is better.
you could
But what if they're
hire a
not
full-time
materialistic?
nanny, you could hire
But
a
honey,
cook.
I want you to be home. I
No,
don't need a nanny.
that's not true. There's not Your wife does not want you home for more than
So,
an hour a day. There's no way in hell.
Nancy, if you're listening, you can take the defense.
Unless you just met your wife. Well, first of all, she's not gonna be your wife. She's gonna be your girlfriend.
Right.
Maybe now it's more you're more into it, but after once you're married, there's no
It's
I want to be
relaxed.
with you all day long. It's an hour of quality time, not watching Netflix. Quality. Hey, how was your day? What's new? Did you do whatever you wanted to accomplish and this and that? And all right, we're done. Like
You know how I would actually say it, financially wise, that you say that they'd be interested? It's not, oh, you'll have better things. It's by me doing this over a year, you can then quit your job.
not just that, Gary. I just thought of something else. But you're right.
Think of
What about the experiences
mm,
that you would have going against the norm, going against the average individual that does the Monday to Friday? And
sure.
what about the people you would meet, or the businesses that you would, the people that run these businesses, or the who? What about the experiences? Just generally speaking, they would be different. You would be in a different environment with different kinds of people. Your whole life would be better. I'm telling
It
you.
makes it interesting.
I do, but it's true. When you think of it, I'm right. I know I'm right.
Yeah,
It's just you
you
have
gotta
to fight against the power of the norm to convince you that
follow
this
the
is
crowd.
wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone wrote on one of the videos that I did that said I didn't take a vacation since 2019. They said, "Oh well, that's why. Yeah, that's how you're gonna die." And yeah, you should follow this guy. You're gonna die. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
When I had more time on vacation or more vacation, I was miserable as hell. Like, and I'm not a workaholic. I just like to meet people. I like nice environments. I like to be in different contexts, and I like to grow my knowledge, my everything.
Yeah.
So,
So you know what? We're gonna be running out of time, but I'm gonna ask you one last question. So based on everything you just said, if you would have one advice for somebody that says, I'm looking, or I'm told that I should, even if I work hard, I should look for the balance, or even better, they say that I can work really hard, I can do 80 hours, but from here and there, I should have a break. And I'm assuming they don't mean every 3 months you get a week, right?
yeah.
So, what would you say to that? Especially if they're
Oh wait, I'm not
usually,
sure I understand your question. A quick.
I'm a new broker,
Yeah.
I work 80 hours a
Yes.
week, and it's well structured and so on, so I don't necessarily feel overwhelmed. But I have a bunch of people telling me, but don't forget to take a day off. Huh? You're gonna burn out. You're gonna burn out.
Yeah,
What would you say
I've
to them?
never felt this better in my whole life, and I've not taken time off, and I don't know what. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't sometimes take an hour in the forest and just enjoy nature. I do, but I don't need like a full day or you take little bits of quality. It's all about quality over quantity in the end, and it's the same for your relationship with your kids. It's the same for your wife. When I say we work 3 months straight, I don't mean you never see your wife and kids. I
Yeah.
mean we put more. Maybe we decide, okay, on Saturdays we're going to come in at 10 instead of well, for you
Still 10.
9:45. No, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe 10 to 4.
Yeah.
We do 10 to 4 Saturdays and Sundays. You can still spend time with your kids in the morning and the evening with your spouse and do other things.
Mhm.
But that's an extra 12 hours a week
Yeah.
of
Input.
momentum, inertia.
We should consider it.
We're
Should.
doing it.
We're
But
doing it.
but we
I
need
wasn't invited.
we need people to commit to it.
True. True.
So that's
Good.
what I have
That
to
was a
say.
good subject. I like it. Good. Well, Mr. Mellor, Mr. Behind the Marketing. Just so we don't identify everybody. We thank you all for watching. And just before we do let you go, so what we were saying about that training or something,
Oh, yeah.
or Etienne sharing his tips and tricks for having grown our business. If you want to say it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
text what
No,
what
go ahead.
No, I was
Just,
gonna just add text me and I'll send you the link for you to fill out the form so that you can get registered. So
Amazing.
I've been doing that. I have a link, and just as we were talking, I have a Facebook leads that just came up. Do you see?
There you go.
That's super exciting. This is what we're gonna share with you.
Amazing. And I don't know if we said it already, but we'll be doing it on the 30th for the English version.
The English on the
English version.
30th.
And on the 1st, we'll have our French version. So don't hesitate. Text us, reach out. It's going to be one hell of an event, and we'll see you all then. Take care.